Hey guys, happy July. I am back with my monthly favorites video, sharing some of my top picks from the past month from a range of categories: clothes and accessories, personal care, home goods, multimedia, tasty treats, and then I pop in some of my mommy favorites at the end for my 1 and my 3-year-old. So without further ado, let's jump in. So for clothes and accessories, I kind of want to share my favorite workout outfit as of late. Really, I've been working out very consistently, for the most part 5 times a week since mid-October, late October, whenever Donnie started sleeping through the night, around 9 months. It was either late October or early November, I can't remember. Anyway, it's been since then. It's now July. I work out at home, right? So I'm not dressing thinking that I'm going to be seeing anybody, if you know what I mean. I feel like that does impact, even though I honestly don't think I would wear anything differently to the gym now than I do at home, but that's only because I've found these tops that are perfect, which I'm going to talk about right now. Actually, if you watched my shop with me when I went to Target a few weeks ago and I bought these are from Target. They don't look like much on camera. I'll try to find the stock image and pop it in. These are the Joy Lab. I think they're the open back tank, is something like that. And they're called that because they have this open back-ish thing. But you know, it's still a lot of coverage. It's not like you're all hanging out. There's so many things I love about these shirts. First of all, they're so soft. They're buttery soft and light, and they don't, I sweat a lot when I work out. They don't get clingy. They don't make me feel hot. They're just a really nice material. The second great thing about them is however they're designed. Now, keep in mind, I am rather curvy, and curvy. So I have a lot of real estate to work with in my booty region. The length of the shirt is perfect because it goes about, I would say, a third of the way down the booty, a third booty. And it stays around. It doesn't hike up. It's not too loose and flowy around that part. It's not tight, but it stays around. I guess you could call it tight-ish, but I don't feel constricted. This fabric is so stretchy and soft and nice. But what it does is it stays put, but the middle part is not tight. It's not clingy. It's loose. And so it's like the ideal shirt. I don't know if they made this for me because I do a lot of HIIT, which includes HIIT high intensive interval training. It includes a lot of lateral movements, a lot of jumping, a lot of things where you're in plank and then you're jumping around and hopping around and not always upright. So my shirt tends to go all over the place. If I'm wearing just a t-shirt or a baggy tank or something, it's in my face, right? These stay put, which is amazing. And what I also really like about them is they actually have a pretty modest, this little thing goes in the back, a pretty modest neckline. It's definitely a crew neck. I don't like any shirt to touch me above my collarbone. It makes me feel really claustrophobic. This comes right below. So when you are in plank or whatever, you don't have to worry about, the girls being on display. So this is totally a shirt I would be confident and comfortable wearing in a gym with all sorts of people that I might feel like I want those parts of me covered. And like I said, the open back is it's not really all that super revealing, but it's just the perfect shirt. Now for bottoms, I like to wear legging capris, cropped leggings. I bought 2 pairs of the Zella Live-In Light leggings, Zella, at the Nordstrom anniversary sale last year. So I got a good deal on them. They were about somewhere between 35 and 40% off. And Zella is a great legging brand. I have Zellas. I've had them for years. I love them. They're very well made. They are competitively priced. So they are, comparable to Lululemon in some ways, but priced slightly lower. I wouldn't say they're the least expensive leggings you can buy by any shot of the imagination, but they are, for the quality, I think they're really, really well priced. I just looked on the website and these aren't available anymore, and I'm just why? Well, there might be a couple reasons. These aren't my absolute favorite crops, but I have worn them every single workout since I re-entered my workout, my workout regimen back in last fall, because I own them and they're comfortable. They are like the Lululemon Align pant, sort of, in that they're like a silkier, lighter material than the really knit, like heavy knit Zella leggings are. The what are they called? I think they're just the live-in. They're not light, they're just live-in leggings, which are much thicker. I guess that's a better way to put it. So they're really great to wear if something like me, you're getting really hot, really sweaty year round. Just like I still sweat the same amount. We keep our house consistent temperature, so I don't know, it works for me. But they do have a tiny bit, they're not 100% opaque. The Lululemon Align pants or crops or leggings are absolutely opaque. They're $88 for the crops, right? These guys, I have a pair. $80 for the crops. I think they're $99 for the full pant. I know I've talked about them in my favorites before. I'm mentioning them here because to me, they're like the gold star standard in leggings. These are, I think, as similar as I've tried. At least I haven't tried that many leggings. They were much less expensive. Unfortunately, I don't know how much I paid for them. I can't find that information anywhere. If I find them in the editing, if I can find like my old receipt for them online, I'll pop in what the price I paid for them was. But I'm including them here, even though I hate including things that you can't currently purchase unless like die-hard favorites, because I'm hoping that they bring them back for the anniversary sale. My only other thought is that, which is coming up really soon, by the way, my only other thought is that they discontinued them because they are not 100% opaque. I wear like full bikini style underwear, so I don't, black, like nothing's showing through, right? So that's fine, and like I'm just home, like I said, but I would maybe hesitate a little bit to wear these to a public yoga class or something where I know like my butt's in the air a lot with downward dog. They don't pill. I will say they do sag ever so slightly in the crotch. Now, I did buy these in a medium, which for leggings, I sometimes get a small, sometimes get a medium. Most of the time I'm a medium. Like I said, I'm curvy, I've got a caboose. It really depends on the waist most of the time. I think I probably could have gone with a small with these, but I was, just a few months postpartum when I bought them, and they worked perfectly for me at the time. And they still do, but like I said, I've worn them a lot. I don't know. I feel like I'm going on and on about these leggings that you can't even buy. I just wanted to mention them here because I wear them to death, and now I've lost my list. Okay. All right, personal care. This is something else. This is kind of like a guilty favorite. I feel a little like almost wrong talking about this because it's so freaking expensive, and I apologize. But it honestly, truly is a favorite, and it's a beauty product that I haven't always had in my rotation. I've definitely been a creature of habit with beauty products for the past 3-4 years, and haven't really strayed much from like tried and true. In fact, I did I think I did a video on all the products I use every day. I'll link it for you if I can dig it up. Hasn't changed. But I bought this during the Sephora Beauty's Insider sale, or whatever they call it, last November, and I became hooked, and I repurchased it in the one they did this past spring. Was that in like April? It's really expensive. I don't know why it's so expensive, but it's the Lila, I think it's Lila B, a glow face mist, and they say it's a hydrating mist rich in natural ingredients from earth and sea to leave the skin balanced and rejuvenated. Do I need this? Probably not. Does it do all it claims to do? Maybe. I think I really love it, so maybe it does. It claims to, it sets your makeup, it refreshes your face, and it's supposed to hydrate your skin. I think it does all those things. I kind of hate to say it. To me, it's like my favorite part of putting on makeup, and I don't wear makeup every day. I really only wear makeup when we're going somewhere somewhat special, at least, or if I'm filming. Those are the only times I wear makeup lately. But I look forward to it so much. I use it to set my face. It smells really refreshing, kind of like ocean spa vibes. Not overwhelming. It feels so good on the skin. I mean, I've heard people say this like makes them look 10 years younger. I don't think it does that for me, but it's so refreshing. I love it so much. When I bought this from the sale, it came with a little mini travel one, and I use the travel bottle. You can refill it, so I just refill it from that when we travel. So that's something I'm hoping this lasts me to November. I've had it for a few months already. I think it will. So I can wait for the sale, the 20% off sale to buy it, because I feel like it was, I don't even remember. I'll put the price here. It's like shameful how expensive it was, but it's my shameful beauty personal care item that I just love. All right, home goods. I've been sharing a little bit more about ways that I am working on reducing like single-use plastics and unnecessary waste where I can. Like I said, I'm not zero waste. I'm not really striving to be zero waste. I just don't think that makes sense for me in my current lifestyle, although I completely admire people who manage that. I'm like flabbergasted, and I admire that so much. But so last month I talked about those little re-zip bags that are like, they replace Ziploc bags for me, which I'm really trying to not use Ziploc bags at all if I can help it. And I'm working on that, and that's made, you know, in any plastic bag really, or cling wrap. And I have lots more to share in the upcoming months of products that I use to help me with food storage and food prep and things like that, where it used to be just so easy to grab a Ziploc or some cling wrap or some foil or whatever. And I'm just working on finding ways to, little things I can do that are easy to do, that also in the long run save money, because you're not repurchasing lots of things. But anyway, I want to talk about the love I have for my Pyrex containers. I didn't bring them up here because they're big and clangy and the kids are sleeping, and I didn't want to be clanging about when they're sleeping. But I'll pop in some footage of the two, it's not two kinds, but I have a few different sets that I love, and I actually would like to get one more kind of bigger set. But first of all, I have the 3 nesting bowls with the lids, and these are great when I keep like washed grapes in them. Like I keep them on the stem because I find they last better that way, but I do tend to wash them all at once. Or if I'm prepping sauce, or Dawn wants to marinate something, or they're just great. The bowls with the lids come in so handy. Or if you're bringing like a little dish to somebody's house and you just want to throw it in a bowl, and the glass bowls really look nice in any, you know, in any kind of spread. I also really like the round storage containers I have in different sizes. There's 3 sizes. I've had these for many years, so I don't know if I bought them all in a set or if I bought them individually. I've seen them at Target individually. I feel like you could probably get them in a set, but I've had them for so many years, and that's the great thing about Pyrex. They last so well. Even the lids, I don't say you have to be very careful with them, but I don't run mine in the dishwasher, and I don't put mine in the microwave anymore. I did a long time ago use them in the microwave occasionally. I don't anymore. I don't use anything like that in the microwave now. I'll just put a plate on top of things I'm heating up. I used to use wax paper all the time in the microwave. I just put a plate on now and then just rinse it when I'm done. Again, trying to reduce unnecessary things I don't need, you know, don't need to use. But so a couple of our lids are a little bit warped from being used in the microwave, so I don't recommend that. But I hand wash them. You can definitely run the bottoms in, the glass bottoms in the dishwasher. I'm sure the lids are dishwasher safe. I just am extra careful with them. They last great. And then I also have a couple of rectangular ones that I'd like to get a few more of. Those are the kinds I want to get a few more of. And then we have the big casserole pans, the Pyrex, the big ones. We have, you know, I think the traditional, is it 9 by 13 or 9 by, I think it's 9 by 11 or 8 by 10 are those dishes. I can't remember, but I have them with the lids, and then I have the square. I think the square is 8 by 8 or 9 by 9. Those are great too, and the lids are great. So I use those for baking things, obviously, but also for storing bigger things like bigger batches of stuff I make, or cut up watermelon, things like that. So I love my Pyrex. Multimedia. I started listening to a podcast. I feel like a real millennial now. Am I a millennial? I don't know. Do I technically count? I'm 36. You guys tell me. Anyway, I started listening to the Uncurated Life podcast by No, I'm going to butcher her last name, but I'm going to try really hard. Cindy Gentard Baldo. I don't know how to say her last. Cindy Gentard Baldo. No, Cindy, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I listened to her say it like 20 times and I still can't say it. Cindy Gentard Baldo. I think that's close. I started listening to her podcast after I went to Go Wild, that planner conference that I vlogged about, because I've known about her for years, and you know, we've known each other in passing. I didn't even know she had a podcast. I guess it's about a year old now, and I really, really like it. And when I listen to it is when I'm prepping lunch for the kids. So it usually takes me about 20, 30 minutes. So I'll listen to half of a podcast during that time. Donnie's usually like scrambling around the kitchen, wreaking havoc. But I really, really like her vibe. She talks a lot about, she kind of like lifts the curtain and looks behind what people show on social media, the curated stuff, right? And she talks about, you know, deeper issues with social media and just socioeconomic, political kind of things going on, and I just find her really interesting and I like her whole vibe, so I wanted to mention her here. I read a book. I made a kind of pact with myself that this summer I would aim to read one chapter a night, trying to re-kick a steady reading habit. So the first book I read was Wolfpack by Abby Wambach. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. I looked that up too. Abby Wambach. I got it. I really, really like this. I highly recommend it. It's a very quick read. It's just enough. It's got really great nuggets in it, right? Really great little tidbits to pull out of it. The main takeaway for me was stand up and don't be afraid. Like, take charge. Be a wolf. You don't have to be a lamb all the time. That's gonna sound really, really corny the way I'm saying it. She says it much better. Please read her book. I'm not doing her justice. I do like following her and her wife, Glennon Doyle, I think is her name, on social media for different reasons, and I like their vibe. I'm gonna read Glennon's book is in my stack. And then random music, I don't know what kickstarted this, but I had this song stuck in my head. And if any of you are from my era, you might be familiar with the Foo Fighters, which I was a big fan of back in the day, back in the late 90s, when I was in middle school. I was in middle school in the late 90s. And that's kind of when they were all the rage. And their album from 1997, The Color and the Shapes, was one of my favorite albums. And for whatever reason, this summer, Everglow, the song on the album, has been like on repeat in my head. So I started listening to the album again, and it's over 20 years old, right? But I don't know, it takes me right back, and I've really been enjoying it, so I thought I would mention it there. Okay, tasty treats. I found the most delicious plant-based tortellini at Whole Foods. It's been a couple months now, and we've had this several times. I mean, probably once every 10 days I make this for the family. It's the Kite Hill dairy alternative tortellini, so it doesn't have any dairy in it. Instead of ricotta, it has almond style ricotta, I think is what they call it. So it's an almond-based ricotta substitute. You would not know it. I swear, if you put that in like a traditional ricotta stuffed tortellini in front of somebody as a blind taste test, I'm not sure they could pick it out. My husband can't pick it out, and he knows the difference, and he actually eats this. And it is a little bit pricey, but honestly, it's not really, I don't think it's pretty comparable to other fresh tortellini. It's fresh, so it's perishable. You have to eat it right away or freeze it. My favorite way to prepare it's super simple. I use a store-bought marinara sauce. I like Rao's marinara, and I just heat that up with a big heaping tablespoon of hummus in it, stir it together, mix that with tortellini. I'm telling you, hummus marinara should be a thing. It is so tasty. It takes a little bit of the tang out of marinara, and if you have picky kids, that can help it kind of taste more subtle. My kids actually eat it. My daughter sometimes will eat the marinara. Sometimes I just you put some fake butter on hers. But my kids are not plant-based, or neither is my husband, by the way. But anyway, I know I'll get asked, which is why I'm bringing that up. It's really delicious. And if you're looking for a dairy alternative to Orleany, I highly suggest it. Okay, and last but not least, kids picks. My daughter is all out obsessed with these Imagine Ink things. She can go through one of these coloring books in like a half an hour. They're really great. You can find them pretty cheap at certain stores, sometimes in the dollar section. I can get them on Amazon. They're a little pricier on Amazon. The thing, they're alcohol-based pens. So first of all, I don't like the baby to get a hold of them because he will chew on them. And second of all, I don't feel comfortable bringing them out with us anyplace, especially on an airplane or anything, because they do have an alcohol aroma, and I don't want to disturb anybody with that, so we don't travel with these. So I'm testing out a different version from a different company that's similar, that doesn't have an alcohol-based pen. It's a water-based pen, and I'll report back on that. But she's absolutely obsessed with those. And Donnie and Cece both really like these sidewalk chalk sets that I found from Melissa and Doug. That comes in a set of 4. I just bought 2 up. But this is great because it has the handle, so their hands don't get super chalky, and it's really easy for my 16-month-old to hold. And he loves chalking with this. So the kids play with that on the pavers in the back patio, and it's a good time. Anyway, that's my favorites for July. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you real soon with hopefully another packing video, a carry-on video, updated carry-on video. It's been a long time. I hope you guys are having a great summer, staying cool, depending on where you live, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.